All right, it is 5:30 on Tuesday, July 5th. We will call this meeting to order. Our first item on the agenda is to pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our first, we call the meeting to order. All of the members of our council are currently present. I'm looking at the agenda, and there was one thing that came out of our meeting this morning that did not, or this afternoon, that did not make the agenda. However, we did have a recommendation from the land use and legislation to add a massage, springtime sun massage request for individual massage license. That passed the land use and legislation earlier and was requested to go to this meeting. And I think just with the timing, we didn't get it on here. So Chair would hope that the council would be willing to add that addition. And if not, we can do it at our next regular meeting. The chair would be open to either way, either as written or adding that agenda item.
Motion to add.
Okay.
Massage parlor?
Not parlor, massage license.
There we go. Sorry.
All right. So we have a motion to approve the agenda with that addition. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
We have a second from Councilor Kraus. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. All right. Go to the approval of the minutes of our last meeting. That was June 20th, 2022. Chair would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
Move to approve.
We have a motion by Councilor Buller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Holden. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Next, we go to payments and claims. We have a resolution before us. The transfers would be going to the 101 General Fund in the amount of $233.18, and that's coming from the 812 Lodging Tax Fund. Accounts payable or claims, we have City of International Falls claims of $287,619.87. Airport Commission claims of $23,864.36. Airport project claims of $24,940 even. Airport Phase 3 claims of $121,223.70. And airport cash claims for the city and county, which just pay back the city and county from grant funds during the last couple of years of $1,192,114.20 for a total of accounts payable of $1,649,762.13. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilor Kraus. We have a second.
Second.
We have a second by Councilor Heach. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Which brings us to audience. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to bring anything forward, Mr. Fuller.
Wayne Fuller. I live at 1601 3rd Avenue East. I recently received a blight notice in the mail, and I wanted some clarity on the blight program itself. What is its mandate? What is its intent? I could find nothing online on what the goals of this program are.
Okay. And continue if you have.
No, I would. That's where I'd like to start, is find out, what they intend to do, or what they hope to accomplish with the program.
I think the hopes to accomplish with the program is just making sure that the community is kept up and is clean. With that being said, I did, after we spoke very briefly before the meeting, I went and spoke with Betty about if we could have our blight officer or someone to come up here to be able to answer some of the questions directly. And I guess there is an issue with our website being down for that information. We do normally have that available for printed copies here and at the library. The ones that are here, we are out of. I believe we have some at the library. We'll definitely get the information that you're asking for.
Well, and I certainly understand the need for a program like that. It's just, it almost to me seems like, at least in my situation, I think it's exceeding its mandate considerably. And these are the photographs that came with the, I don't know if you need to see them or not, but, or if you can see them from there.
Right.
This is, there, one there is, this is in the alley behind my property. There is a tire, 5-gallon waste oil bucket, and a bag of recyclables that I picked up from an elderly lady in South Falls, which was considered called garbage in the letter that they sent. That I had to take out of my pickup to go haul material for another elderly person. And they were there less than 24 hours. That was a little offensive to me that, you know, they would, rather than just talk to me, you know, or put a notice on my door saying, hey, you know, give us a call, we got an issue or something. I could have told them it was gone already.
Yeah.
You know, the other one is a red 2005 Colorado pickup. Was a prior salvage vehicle. I currently cannot get title. I cannot replate it because the earliest salvage inspection I can get for that vehicle would be December 13th of this year. So it's currently sitting at Roaches because of the letter said I had to have this stuff taken care of by the 5th. So I drove it out to Roaches and was going to scrap it, but he convinced me to come here and talk to you because he said, well, talk to him because, you know, there's extenuating circumstances there. But, and I do, my hobby is working on stuff. That's what I do. And I do a lot of volunteer work in the community, taking care of, I've rebuilt engines for foreign exchange students in college. I've fixed cars for single mothers. I do all kinds of things out of my shop. But, you know, if I got to worry about every time something sits outside the garage door overnight, I'm going to have to rethink some of this because this is, I thought it was excessive. The letter seemed kind of threatening. A phone call would have taken care of everything, you know. And then what I did find online about your ordinance was that I'm supposed to receive notice by certified mail or in person. I did not receive certified mail. I just received a plain old letter.
And I think, and please, on this side of the room, correct me if I'm wrong. I think that what the letter was 7 days. If you clean it up, there's nothing
right.
that, and I think that that's part of it so that we're not knocking on every door trying to have the conversation going through. I'll be the first to admit I've gotten the 7-day blight notice myself for very similar to the same things. I had a gas can behind my house along with some high grass. You take care of it and it's all said and done. I think the strongly worded letter, that's where, even when I got the ticket, it seems to be a little bit much.
Yeah,
However, it also is with, you know, we're dealing with a lot of people that are not like you and I that are just going to go and clean up and pick it up. But I think that, like you said, the extenuating circumstances, that's conversation that I definitely believe that you and Jared or the city administrator definitely could have a conversation, especially hearing that you can't get the title on that vehicle. If there's a timeline, I think that's something we definitely could work out moving forward. This is not to hinder any resident from living their lifestyle of, you know, helping or cleaning stuff up or doing, it's for the people that are habitual offenders that For every person that gets a ticket like you, we may be giving a ticket to someone who has multiple properties and moves all of the junk they have from one property to another property.
I deal with public health and nuisance in my position all the time. I completely understand that, but I thought it was a bit over the top and kind of a waste of resources to send me a big packet of stuff like this. To all you had to do is, talk to me.
Fair enough.
So, and I just wanted to voice my concerns because it almost feels like we're living in an HOA or something with people coming around telling me what I got to do. I don't want to live in an HOA.
Fair enough. Thank you so much.
I appreciate the
Thanks,
time.
Wayne.
Yep.
Anybody else on their audience have anything to bring forward? All right. Hearing none, we'll move on to old business. We have the second and final reading of Ordinance 46 of the 5th series, the Minnesota Energy Resources Franchise Renewal. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilor Holden. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilor Fuller. Any discussion? And this is an updated copy with removing the highlighted information that we had in the last one. That was the wording that was negotiated out between Minnesota Energy Resources and the city attorney. So this would be the final moving forward. Does anyone have a question for the city attorney on this? Hearing none, we'll call the question.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the second and final reading of ordinance number 47 of the 5th series, the Minnesota Uniform Fire Code. Chair would entertain a motion for the second reading of that.
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilor Kraus. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Councilor Deitch. Discussion? I will say this. I have both myself and Councilor Buller were contacted by a local resident. I have seen social media posts regarding this particular ordinance that we're trying to put together right now. I just want everyone to understand, this is not that we're immediately cracking down or long-term trying to crack down on fires in the community. We live in northern Minnesota. We want people to be able to have recreational fires. There is nothing in this Minnesota uniform, nothing in this ordinance that is a city law. There is nothing that we are trying to push forward. We live in the state of Minnesota. We are utilizing the Minnesota Uniform Fire Code, which we are 100% bound to enforce anyhow. What this does is it gives a quick resource for our police officers, for the fire department to be able to have access to the law on our city books. We are not being any more restrictive than the state law. We cannot by law be less restrictive than the state law. We are adopting the state law as the city for fire codes. So if what you're doing at your house was illegal tomorrow, it was illegal 7 months ago and 3 years ago. We are not doing anything more restrictive than what the state mandates. So by us having this as an ordinance in the city, it gives our officers and our fire department quick, easy access to the law in the event that they are called to a property for a fire. We have to be very clear. We are not trying to cut anyone's fun or recreational fires, but we want to make sure that that's clear. This is the state law that we are adopting, which we have to enforce anyway. Please.
Are we actually adopting it now, or we have adopted it before, but this is an explanation of it?
Help me with
Not
that.
been adopted before?
It was adopted before.
Yeah,
This
this
just
is-
outlines it in our ordinances, so they're bulleted So people understand for recreational fires, because there's always a big question around recreational fires. So we wanted them to understand them in a clear fashion instead of having to go and dig through the Minnesota Fire Code regarding recreational fires only. We had it separated out.
So we would be adopting this explanation of the fire code that already has been adopted in the city.
Fair enough.
Correct.
Yes,
That's
correct.
This is just the explanation of it. We already have it in there.
That is correct.
Okay, so I'll clear up things.
But I also want to say that the gentleman that I spoke to, because after you and I talked and we had the conversation with the city administrator, I spoke with him one-on-one, and he understands it. He's just worried about being in northern Minnesota and having a fire and then having the neighbor be upset. They call and now we can't have a fire. And I think that's what the concern is. And I hope that we're not that type of people, but I know people. So we're just going to move on. So we have a motion and a second to approve the second and final reading of the ordinance number 47. Call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the consent agenda. It is a separation of employment with Harold Scholler, sorry. Well, Harold Schumacher doesn't work for us either, so we can move on. Harold Scholler, effective July 1st, 2022. And that is the only item. Chair would entertain a motion, or Chair would entertain a motion for that.
So move.
We have a motion by Councilor Beach.
No second.
We have a second by Councilor Buller. Call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye with that.
I will vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Next, we go into new business. We have notice of the 2022 election and the filing dates. Chair would entertain a motion for, oh, we don't even need, that's just council information. So our election is going to be on November 8th, 2022 at 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We have 3 positions that are open right now. That is the East Council Ward, the West Council Ward, and the Center Ward. All of those are 4-year terms. The polling places this year are the same as our last election. It'll be East Ward will be voting at the Evangelical Covenant Church Gymnasium. That's at 1631 First Avenue East. Center Ward will be at Bob Walls Memorial Union Hall, 509 3rd Street. And West Ward will be at St. Thomas Aquinas Hall at 810 5th Street. Filing for the offices will open at 8 a.m. Tuesday, August 2nd, and will remain open until 5 p.m. on Tuesday, August 16th. That gives 2 calendar weeks for people to sign up for the local offices. It must be done right here in this building at the municipal building located at 600 4th Street in International Falls. We're open from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 7 a.m. till noon on Friday. A fee of $10 must be paid for each candidate filing. If you need any more information, you can go to our city website or you can call our office at 283-9484. Does anyone have any information, any more information that you'd like to give on that? All right. Next, we have our election judges that have been put before you. The chair would entertain a motion to approve those election judges for both the primary on August 9th and the general election on November 8th.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Councilor Holden. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second by Councilor Kraus. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
I'll vote yes. Motion carries 5-0. Something you don't expect from the federal government. Now we have approval for 2022 IRS mileage rate increase for the remainder of 2022. It's going from 58 cents, 58.5 cents to 62.5 cents for the city. Chair would entertain a motion to move that forward.
So move.
We have a motion by Counselor Buller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Holden. Any discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have a letter of resignation from emergency medical technician Jacob Harris. Chair would entertain a motion to accept that resignation.
So move.
We have a motion by Counselor Deitch. We have a second.
A second.
We have a second by Counselor Buller. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have a addition of Michael Getty to active ambulance roster as an emergency medical technician. Chair would entertain a motion to add him to the roster.
So move.
We have a motion by Counselor Buller. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Kraus. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, approve an employment separation of Linda Barnett from the International Falls Ambulance Service. Chair would entertain a motion to approve that separation.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Counselor Buller. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Counselor Deitch. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 I'll vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Next, we have the information from land use and legislation. It is the springtime sun massage request for an individual massage license. This was reviewed at our last meeting, which was at 4 o'clock this afternoon. The applicant has met all of the criteria for the city and would be looking at doing business at 323 3rd Street. Chair would entertain a motion to move forward with the springtime sun massage.
So move.
We have a motion by Counselor Deitch. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Counselor Kraus. Discussion? Hearing none, call the question.
Aye.
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 And I will vote yes, motion carries 5-0. Any other business to come before the council? Hearing none, we'll go to the reports of the administrator, attorney, and the department heads. City administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. I have just a couple of items today for you. We are going to be beginning our budget processing. Brad is finaling the June month end, so therefore beginning on Monday, July 11th at our budget finance meeting, we will start our budget process. The supervisors will be receiving their reports and beginning their requests, and they'll be coming before the committee of the whole budget finance and moving forward throughout the next, we got less than 90 days. Councilor Kraus and I just talked about it, looked at the calendar, but we're less than 90 days. We have to have the preliminary budget approved and to the county on or before September 30th. So that's in process. That'll be coming before you soon as we move through that. And then I just want to thank the 4th of July Commission and the entire city staff for all their hard work with the 4th of July. They did a phenomenal job. I've heard a lot of great reviews. So just want to let everybody know that they did a lot of hard work this weekend and thank them.
Thank you. Any questions for the city administrator? Hearing none, we'll go to the city attorney.
Mr. Mayor and Council, the only thing I have to report is that meeting in the morning with the fire marshal, and we're going to be developing a priority of the situations that we'll be addressing moving forward. That's all I have.
Any questions for the city attorney? Hearing none, we'll go to department heads. I have one. All right. Make sure no one's online. All right. Reports of the mayor, council, committees, boards, and commissions. All right, I want to just echo what the city administrator just mentioned about the 4th of July. We made some, the 4th of July Commission this year did make some pretty substantial changes to what we've done in the past. We were able to bring in a band from Wisconsin, and they did a phenomenal job. Nothing but rave reviews from that particular band. Bill Pekarski did open in the band shell on the 3rd, and we had foot traffic between the 2nd and the 4th the whole time. The commission did make some changes this year, putting the bands back into the band shell, moving the beer gardens, providing more green space for people to walk around in the park. We did move some of the, or all of the kids' activities to this side of the road, which was a little bit different. We did add some more activities this year, which did bring people down to the park considerably earlier than they would have in the past. As a last minute thing, I still don't even know how it happened, but I can tell you that the Dirty Dozen played on Saturday, and it brought legitimately 700 to 1,000 people into the park, and it was amazing. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna move forward. The 4th of July Commission does have another meeting on Tuesday, kind of as a after action review to wrap up what we did this year. And we're going to start planning and processing what worked, what didn't work this year, and how we can have the 4th of July celebration as good, if not better, next year. So I want to thank everyone that's on that commission, and I will not even attempt to say them by name. But I also want to honestly give one personal thank you out, and that would be to Rob Pastor, which was selected as the Grand Marshal along with his family this year. He is the reason we were able to secure the band that we got. They were people he knew from back in college that are a band that has gotten to be pretty big out in Wisconsin, and not on short notice, but on only 4 months notice, we were able to get them to come up to International Falls. And I think that really brought the whole 4th of July celebration together. So I do want to thank Rob Pastor and the whole Pastor family for what they've done to our community, and obviously why they were selected as the Grand Marshals for the parade. It's just one sign of what him and his family have done since they came to our community. I have nothing else. So we'll go to audience. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to bring anything forward? Hearing none, we will go to correspondence. We have received the airport commission meeting minutes from May 25th, 2022. We have a letter from Citizens for Bacchus AB, June 14th. Arrowhead Library System 2022 summary budget from June 16th. Kuching County Board of Commissioners draft minutes, June 21st and the June 28th. Voyagers National Park operation notes from Bob DeGrosse, the superintendent, from June 29th. And information on the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities, their summer conference, July 27th through 29th. Our next city council meeting will be back on a Monday, July 18th, 2022 at 5:30. This meeting is adjourned.